Hey everyone, thatoldnerfguy here. Today, brand new Showdown of the brand. We're going to put up the Nerf Rival Finisher against the X-Shot Chaos Meteor to see which one gives you the most. Welcome to that. In this showdown, the Nerf Rival Finisher against the X-Shot Chaos Meteor. First thing first, let's check their price point, and what they offer in the box. If we go with the Nerf Rival Finisher, it's a $15 US blaster, $25 Canadian, with a removable magazine, compatible with all the other Rival magazines. This new mag offer the opportunity to load it from the side, but we'll check that on a little later on. But in the box, you have the instruction, the 7 round, the blaster, and that new magazine. For the same price point, X-Shot offer us that blaster, this Meteor, without a removable magazine, but it's an internal one and a clever one, which allow you to load on the fly and reload at any point, loaded, prime or not. It comes with double the round, that is 12 round Rival compatible round, a sheet of decal which you can add a lot more to fit the design that's on the box, or create your own on it to put decals and decoration on both sides. Aesthetically speaking, like, they both share the same color pattern, the same kind of multiple texture on their shell, like glossy and some frosted texture on it. X-Shot going a little step further with some carbon fiber and really playing with the texture. Both blaster aesthetically look like their brand. I mean, this finisher look a lot in its line like what we saw in the Hypnos, reminding us of the other Rival blaster, plus it's their magazine. And X-Shot sport their 3 little hole that they put on a lot of blaster, and a really cool design going with their Laser 360 line, like really similar looking design. But for $15, what you have in the box, yes, you have a removable magazine that is supposed to allow you to reload while in the blaster, but the X-Shot is a hair under the price of the Nerf Rival Finisher, but it gives you double the round, the opportunity to decorate it the way you want, which the Nerf is a little blend with no paint whatsoever on it. So I'll have to give the shot to the X-Shot for what they offer in the box, what they give you for the price, and the overall aesthetic design, because shape-wise, they are looking the same. I mean, they have the same kind of front angle magazine with a rear handle. They both prime from the top, and I have to admit that the X-Shot prime a lot better from the top than if you prime it from the rear. And on this one, this is surprisingly good, this prime. I mean, it's holding in place. It's like having a Chronos with an add-on priming grip on it, but you just have the priming grip, which is working. But still, I have to give the point to the X-Shot for what's out of the box and overall look and design. Now the capacity. Capacity is very easy. On this one, you got a 7 round removable magazine, which you're able to load on the fly. And on this one, you have a 6 round internal magazine, which is very easy to load at any stage of priming. So that's an easy call. For capacity, I would have to give it to the Nerf just because it is compatible with the other Rival magazine, which can give you a 12 round magazine, and if Nerf can give us that 30 round drum, you can have a 30 round finisher, which could be great, I have to say. Accuracy is relatively the same, to one exception. This Rival Finisher got a slight design flaws in the chambering mechanism, which, by the way, they share the same kind, and basically they share the same kind of chambering and the same mechanism in front for how the round get chambers into the barrel. But this one got a design flaw which gave him a little loose, and since the sealing lip is not that big, it is letting air out, so you have very inconsistent trajectory on it depending on the velocity of your round, which, if you don't hold the prime forward to really keep this little barrel, you see now it's completely unsealed. So now I'm gonna fetch like 45 FPS. You really need to hold it forward so it's gonna stay there while you shoot. If you do that, the round coming out of this is going straight as an arrow. This is one of the straightest Nerf blaster I have. This and the takedown, which shoot very hard but still very straight. But this thing is surprisingly good if it can stay sealed. On the X-Shot, it's really an average blaster in those round ammunition. I mean, this thing shoot quite straight, but the hop up is maybe a bit aggressive on this one, which tend to send the round lifting in the air a little, just a bit. It will carry on long distances, but just that lift, sometimes you will go over your target just because you didn't take that into consideration. When shooting at someone with this, it's not a problem, you have a full body to hit him. But when shooting at a small target like the green Rival target, sometimes you go over it or just on the side because the blaster wasn't properly aligned. But as accuracy goes, I'll have to give it to the X-Shot for this one, because the X-Shot is more consistent, more predictable. Even if the Nerf, when working properly, shoot very straight, but this thing doesn't come shooting straight or shooting regularly out of the box, so it's a win for the X-Shot for this one. Now the velocity. The velocity, that's another sensitive thing for that finisher. Like I explained, that sealing problem is really giving trouble on this system. Unless you really hold it forward, it will hit 90-92 FPS pretty consistently. I mean, it's doing what they advertise. The problem is it's not being sealed all the way and all the time on every round, which means you're not regular. But by not regular, I mean you go from 45 to 90. That is not regular at all. That is horrid. While this one will fetch between 90 and 99 or 88 to 99 from the test I perform. I shoot 12 rounds from each blaster, one tried, one shot, without pushing on the grip because I didn't want to falsify the test. So here are both chronograph tests next to each other. Here are the results. You can see on the screen the numbers I have and the average for both blaster. I left the blaster like kind of visible in the screen so you can know which one you're looking at. But that's it. This one I have a 75-ish average. This one is a 95-ish average. So there it is. For power, X-Shot again. Going with this brand new finisher and coming with this brand new magazine, I have to say it gives you the opportunity to reload it normally, which I do, but when you do, try to put your thumb on this door, because sometimes the door open and some round flies out when you fill it from the top. Otherwise, you need to fill it like they want you to fill it. I mean, you open it, you shove your round in, but I'm telling you, this is easier said than done. The round are in your way, they don't want to go in, and it's even worse on the blaster. This is not like, I don't see the need for this thing while we had those magazines, which are all compatible with this one, and which were as easy to fill. Even more, this door is getting in the way. This is not an easy to refill blaster if the magazine is inside. I tried to compare both, because the big strength of this magazine, of this blaster, sorry, it's internal magazine. It's easy to reload, it's functional, it works well. You will need one time or two of practice, but once you know how to use it, just be sure you push the last round in. It's as easy as a regular Rival mag to refill. Plus, if you follow the step for this one, you have as much step to do to do the operation. I mean, you need to put down the plunger, fill it up, and press the switch. On this one, if you follow what they tell you in the instructions, you take the magazine in your hand, you open the door all the way, you fill it with the rounds, and then you close it. Check that thing, you will see one is quicker than the other. At one point, it's not comparable. You see how the Nerf is like fiddly and give us trouble, you need to push on that door. And the X-Shot is like fluid, you just shove the round in, press the switch, and it's done. I mean, this is, I don't know, this was a good idea, Nerf. This was a very good idea, not practical. So again, on the reloadability, I have to give it to the X-Shot, even if Nerf is compatible with the other magazine. The ability to reload the blaster on the fly, which is what both claim, both in the same color scheme, both in the same shape. I mean, they are both competitors. They have basically the same internal. Check that here. The internal are basically the same. You have that lever, the moving forward barrel. Even at the prime, I mean, the Meteor prime with a metal pin, while the other one prime with a metal plastic pin, at basically the same position. They have same style of catch, same style of lock inside for a double prime. They are the same. One is fighting the other, but still the X-Shot, even with its inferior past, is superior to this blaster. So yes, I will have to admit, in the end, in this showdown, the X-Shot Meteor is the winner. It's just a couple little things with the finisher that don't work. This is a very, very good blaster still. If you are modder, you will want this thing. The problem it have are not going to be any of your concern. You're going to fix everything in a snap, okay? This is an easy one. If you're a die-hard Nerf fan, go for the finisher. But if the brand doesn't matter, and if, I don't know, if you want to have more bang for your buck, go for the finisher. It's more reliable so far. I mean, I had several of them in my hand, and they are, so far it's more reliable. It shoots more consistently. It shoots a little further. The magazine is easier to reload on the fly. They give you the round. They give you decal to modify it. They add the same kind of work with texture and glossy and frosty to give the look, and the look is way, in my opinion, way better in the X-Shot. So yes, for this showdown of the Nerf Rival Finisher versus the X-Shot is my winner. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at thatoldnerfguy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. See you next time. Bye.